of course, if it's turkey scarfies, it has to be November. And November it is. It's actually a very lovely day for November. I have a jacket on, but I don't really need it. And the sun has already set. It sets so early these days, it's hard to get out here in time to shoot videos when there's still daylight. And the garden, as I look around, is sort of bedding down for the winter, as one might expect in November. And as also you might expect, there's still chives going on. Now, I have let all these weeds grow up in between the chives, but those chives are still just fine. I'll clean them out a little bit and kind of get things back in order as soon as the opportunity presents itself. I've just been a little busy around Thanksgiving, and Molly, of course, has her turkey scarfie on. We'll be switching over to candy cane scarfies pretty soon, and this is just a lovely layer of mulch. You can see that's on bed 1, and if you look around the garden, you'll see mulch on most of the beds, but you'll also see this is the best harvest of Brussels sprouts I have ever had. I mean, the most upright stalks, which makes for easy harvesting and an attractive looking garden. And just, oh, there's so many there. I already, we had plenty on Thanksgiving, and there's just loads and loads and more on all these, and they will continue right up through the snow. They'll be out here standing up while there's a foot of snow on the ground, if we should be so lucky. And broccoli. These broccoli are also doing wonderful. I have let them go a little too far, but they'll still be good. I'll be pulling them tonight. And we did have some for Thanksgiving. Tucked in between here, and this is still bed 2. The only one that's really active is some spinach, which didn't do so great, but there's still some harvestable leaves there. And then these are all cabbage, and they're just starting to form heads down in there. As I said in the last month's video, I don't know if we'll actually end up getting cabbage out of these because the heads are so small and so early, but if they manage to last through the freezes, we should get something, because they are starting to head at least. And down here we have beets, which is another cold weather crop. Those are those touch-tone gold, which are just delightful. I had those stir-fried with broccoli and Brussels sprouts on Thanksgiving, and they're great because they don't, turn everything red like these beets behind here do. These are just your standard red beets, and I'm making a lot of noise, but look back behind the leaves, if I can move them out of the way, there are some nice beets in there. And Jessie's also checking out the beets, although she doesn't really much care for them. She just thinks they must be interesting if I'm digging around there. And as you can see, bed 4 here is completely mulched over. And Molly is enjoying the November garden. And bed 5 also mulched over. It was corn for the most part. We got a fairly good crop of corn. And then this bed here is bed 6. It was idle. And next year we are going to grow some winter squash after this bed has been idle for 2 years. And way out there, the Greater Pumpkin Patch, which we also are going to attempt Dill's Atlantic Giant pumpkins next year out there. So after a nice crop in the orchard this year, particularly the apples were great. We're still eating them. We had apple pie for Thanksgiving dinner, made completely with Sky Manor apples. And we've got, I'd say we still have, hi there, 30 pounds at least in the refrigerator, and I think those apples will just hold indefinitely in the fridge. And speaking of that, I did want to show you, because people ask, you grow so much vegetables, how do you manage to eat everything? And of course, we don't eat it all at once, so we have some tricks for storing them. So I think I have two segments to show you here. One is a shot a little bit earlier of the broccoli. I thought maybe I'd have it all harvested by the time I shot this video, but I didn't harvest it all. But anyway, nice shot of the broccoli early in the morning when it was at its peak. And also, I'm going to show you, you know, the storage tricks that I use inside. I mean, they're fairly obvious, but they work very well. So you take a look at this and come right back, and then I think we're pretty much going to be ready to wrap it up out here in the garden. So I usually shoot the garden video late afternoon, early evening, but I was out here this morning and I wanted to share this with you because this broccoli crop here in the middle of November is just lovely. You can see the size of these heads. They're all very nice, and with the dewdrops or raindrops or whatever that is all over the leaves, they're particularly glistening and just looking all kinds of wonderful. So I wanted to quick share that because I'll probably harvest them before we do the next video. So there you go, a lovely mid-November broccoli crop. So I have three main helpers when it comes to storing food. They have nothing to do with the car that's here, except for the fact that they're in the garage. At least two of them are. One is the luxury of a second refrigerator, and what is in here, you can see, is onions and sacks of potatoes. That's what all those are. More onions. And this is some of our 40 pounds of Red Delicious apples, which just store very nicely in the refrigerator. And also above this refrigerator is a freezer compartment, and there we have winter squash and pumpkin from last year, and this is all tomato sauce here, as well as some dried tomatoes up here, if you can see those, and some garlic there, just sort of frozen and bagged. So that's one helper. Then right next door here we have this, which is a small chest freezer, and you can't really see well. The turkey's in there right now, but it's also got, that's summer squash there, and beans down in there, and there's some corn back there behind it. That's one chest freezer. And now if we take a quick run inside here. Here in the laundry room, which also doubles as the place where we start seedlings under the lights here, is the third main helper that I have, which is another chest freezer. And it's got some other stuff in there, but you can see there's corn on the cob down there, and those are beets down there, and underneath here we've got some other frozen veggies and veggie stir fries and things. So those are the three main helpers that help extend the harvest into the full year around here. Alright, here we are back in the garden outside. Again, just a lovely evening out here. Getting quickly dark, but there's not even a nip in the air. I think we did have frost last night, but it's been a relatively mild autumn, and Thanksgiving is already behind us, amazingly enough. And we'll be eating Thanksgiving leftovers for the next, well, let's just say we'll be eating leftovers for a while, and they will be delicious. We had a 20-pound turkey, even though it was just the two of us, and got oodles and gobs of pies and stuffing and everything else, so we can't complain. Very nice Thanksgiving. Hope you and all yours had a lovely Thanksgiving too, and that's what November is all about. And kicking off the grand holiday season, which we are now in full swing. We've been already putting up the Christmas decorations inside, and I was going to do the lights, but ran out of time today. You know how that works. Anyway, I'm just rambling on and on here, so that's going to do it for November 2009 Marvin Gardens. We will see you in December, the final month of Marvin Gardens 2009. Oh, you got to see the moon here. Nice, huh? See y'all next month. Bye.